Level 1, a 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Level 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Level 3, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Level 4, add palm muting a little faster. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey everybody, Gary here with Guitar Tricks, and in this lesson I'm going to share with you how to play a really cool shuffle riff in a rockabilly style. So rockabilly is very close to blues. It's kind of like the infusion of country and blues and folk that all came together in the 50s in early rock and roll. So there's a lot of similarities between blues and rockabilly, and this is really at its core, it's kind of like a blues riff. This riff is kind of a way to play the chord progression in a riff. It's kind of like a bass line. And actually, you're going to hear me later in the lesson, I mix together chords with this riff. And in part 2 of this lesson, in a separate lesson, we're going to go over how you'll see me play the chords in the loop that I make. But here we're going to start with this riff. And as you saw, there's multiple levels. So we'll start at the easiest level. If you could play that, that's great. If you want to expand on that, then stick around for the rest of the levels. Before we dive in, please go ahead and click subscribe so that you get all of the latest and greatest content from Guitar Tricks. And if you want to be notified of any new lessons, be sure to also tap the bell and let us know in the comments what you'd like to see next. That's where we're always looking for ideas. All right, let's jump in. So what's happening here in this cool kind of rockabilly blues style shuffle riff is we're arpeggiating the chord. It's kind of a bass line. It's something a bass player would play, but we could play it on guitar too. Bass players in general, they outline the chords so you could hear the chord changes, right? So the structure we have here is E for 4 bars, then A for 2 bars, then back to E for 2 bars, then B for 2 bars, and then back to E for 2 bars. Right, so just so you could see that, I'm gonna loop the chords and play the chord progression. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I'm going to play the riff with the chords. I'm going to do it level 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in part 2 of this lesson, we're going to go over how I just played those chords into the looper. But here we're just going to focus on this cool shuffle riff. So if you want to see that lesson, that's going to be the next one we post, so be sure to subscribe. So what we're doing here is we're outlining these chords. So this E chord, it has what we call a root, a third, and a fifth. So we have the E, which is the root, then this note B is the fifth. Here we have another root, then we have what's called the third, which is this note G sharp, and then we have another fifth, and then another root. But all in all, we just have the notes E, G sharp, and B. So this riff right here, E, G sharp, B. But then we add this one more note, the sixth, C sharp, which I also added when I went, that note right there, there's the C sharp. So that sound, adding the sixth, that's popular in rockabilly. And that's what we're doing in this bass line. So we go root, third, fifth, sixth, root. Those are both the same note. Okay, so how do we play it? So being we're starting with the open string, we're going to put our hand in second position. That means our index finger covers fret 2. And that means our middle finger fret 3, our ring finger fret 4, pinky fret 5. We only need our index finger and our ring finger for this riff. So every time I say fret 2, you're going to use your index finger, and every time I say fret 4, your ring finger. So we start on string 6, counting toes to nose. We go open, 4th fret. Now string 5, 2nd fret, 4th fret. Now string 4, 2nd fret. And then we go back down the way we came up. 5th string, 4 to 2. 6th string, 4 to open. So it's open, 4th fret, next string, 2nd fret, 4th fret, next string, 2nd fret, back down, 4th fret on the next string, 2nd fret, 4th fret on the next string, open. Right? This fingering is really important. Right? That really allows you to keep your hand just kind of hanging out with minimal movement. Awesome. Then on the A chord, we do the same thing. But everything moves one string closer to the floor. So now we start on the A string, or the 5th string, counting toes to nose, and same exact thing. Starting on string 5, open, 4th fret, next string, 2nd fret to 4th fret, next string, 2nd fret, walk it back down, 4th, 2nd on the next string, 4th, open on the next string. Now where it gets hard is when we go to the last chord, B. Here we have no open string, so now we move to first position. Index covers 1st fret, middle 2nd fret, ring 3rd fret, pinky 4th fret, and we need we're going to need 3 of these 4 fingers, including the pinky, to play this riff. So here's what it looks like. So it goes middle finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, then 1 to 4 on the next string, then 1 to 4 on the next string, and then walk it back down. This is a good technique builder. Now notice how my hand's barely moving. Try to get your knuckle line parallel with the neck. So just start like this. Relax all your muscles and get your knuckle line parallel to the neck. Then turn your thumb and get that right behind the 1st fret, like the fret wire. And then see if you can just rest your fingers, no tension, no pressing, where each one is comfortably across frets 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's not like that, it's not like that, it's like that, right? And then you don't have to go like this. That's what I see a lot of people do, is their hand's more like this, so they have to stretch. But if your hand's more like this, bringing that elbow in to control the knuckle line, and also helpful if the neck is up a little bit and there's some space here, that really helps. See, the higher, when the neck is higher, we don't have to bend our arm too much. When it's low, see, I gotta make that uncomfortable, but here it's more comfortable. Okay, so putting it all together, 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, that's level 1. Cool, right? All right, step 2, we're gonna add a shuffle. We're gonna add some swing to it, because rockabilly is swing music. It swings. So this is our swing groove. It's got a gallop to it, right? It's like long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. Right? If it didn't swing, it would sound like this. This is no swing, evenly spaced. But the swing, this is no swing, evenly spaced. Swing. Okay, now we're just going to apply that. See, all right, see if you could swing it with me. So now 2 picks per note. Down, up, down, up. Where we were doing kind of all downs, now we're doing a down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Level 3, we're going to add between the major third, we're going to add a little minor third right before the major third. So like I said, this outlines the chord, root, third, fifth. This note is called a minor third. That's what's in an E minor chord. But in rockabilly and blues, we sometimes play around with the tension between the minor and the major third, because the third is what makes a chord major or minor. So we're going to go this little lead in right there. So we go open, open, 3, 4, like that. But one other thing I did is I went a little da 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 da. So instead of going, I went 2, 2, 4, 2, 2. So putting that all together, it goes open, open, 3, 4, 2, 2, 4, 2, 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, and then again that 3, 4, open. So putting this all together, 1 and 2, and here we go, and open, open, 3, 4, 2, 2, 4, 2, 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, open. Make sure you got that on the first chord before going to the second one. It's really important to stay in position here, right? Because my middle finger is going to cover that 3rd fret. So it's just index, everything on 2nd fret is index, everything 3rd fret's middle, everything 4th fret is ring. Now moving everything down 1 string to the A, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now to the B, it's the same exact pattern relative to the root note, it just looks different on the guitar. It's root, root, minor third to major third, 5th, 6th, back to the 5th, then to the octave, then down, then to the... So this one looks like 1 and 2 and 3 and calling frets 2 2 open 1 4 4 1 4 4 4 1 1 4 4 open 1 2. So playing the whole riff slowly at level 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, so that is the next level. The final level is to add palm muting. So the palm muting, we just put our palm right where the strings pass over the bridge. And if we find the sweet spot, we still hear the note, it just doesn't sustain. It just has this kind of thud sound. If we're too far this way, there's no note, it's just noise. If we're too far this way, nothing's happening. So we got to find that sweet spot. So you want to hear that note, you just don't want it to ring out like this. Instead, it's like this. Right? Okay. So, playing that whole riff with palm muting. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, it's so great to practice at these slow tempos because you really can get your groove so dialed in, because it's harder to groove at a slow tempo. There's so much space. But if you could groove good at a slow tempo, it's really easy to groove at a fast tempo. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that lesson. If you want to learn more about playing in the rockabilly style, we have lots of lessons on the website. Those are really great kind of multi-video tutorials where over the course of 4 or 5 videos, we break things down step by step. There's jam tracks, there's downloadable tab, all sorts of great stuff. Head over there, happy playing, and I'll see you in the next lesson.